Welcome to Mastery in the Making, a fresh new podcast by Cordon Bleu Australia. Join us as we deep dive into the minds of industry experts, entrepreneurs, and the voices of Cordon Bleu, the world's leading education provider in culinary arts and hospitality management. From expert lecturers to our incredible students and alumni, we'll uncover the secrets, stories, and skills that make this industry a world of endless possibilities. So, if you're a seasoned chef, aspiring hotelier, or simply want to keep your finger on the pulse, consider this your ultimate guide to culinary and business innovation. I'm your host, Stephanie Valudos, and welcome to Mastery in the Making. Have you ever wondered what it takes to be a successful business owner in Australia? Well, today we have entrepreneur and Bachelor of Business alumnus Stephen Lee in the studio, who is the director of Plus 82 Group in Adelaide. Hello, Stephen, and welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here.
Good. Thank you.
No, so let's take it back a bit. Were you always business-minded growing up?
I was. My mum always bought me these books related to business. And, I always wanted to do business, when I was young. And so now here I am running the business.
Yeah. And always focusing on hospitality or?
No, not really. When I found Le Cordon Bleu, that's when I really looked into hospitality. But back then, when I was young, I just didn't know what to do. And I guess, studying at Le Cordon Bleu really helped me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I am.
So you found yourself here in Adelaide doing the hotel management program. Yeah. Talk to me a bit about how that was and the relationships that you formed.
No, it was really good. I had to move. I grew up in Victoria. I had to move to Adelaide to study at Le Cordon Bleu, and it was good. It was really fun. You get to go to placement and, you build relationship with the hotel managers, and the lecturers were great. Had a really good experience at Le Cordon Bleu.
Yeah, fantastic. And you met a couple of guys who you were studying with at the time.
Studying together, yeah.
And you actually ended up in business with them, which is how Plus 82 Group came about. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I studied with Kang, and then, we worked together as well in the hotel, and then we were having a drinks, and we decided to run business together. And we started with Plus 82 Pocha. That was our first one back in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And we just had the same vision and goals, and we grew our business. Now.
So essentially you're a group and you've created 2 restaurants out of the Plus 82 group.
Yeah, so we started with, as mentioned, Plus 82 Pocha, so that's more casual Korean dining.
Mm-hmm.
And then we opened Plus 82 Adelaide, which is like little takeaway Monday to Friday lunch offering business and Korean barbecue. So we got second store in Goodwood now. And then we're actually building franchise business called Chicken and Burger Shop, CMB.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And what was the process like starting up a business from scratch in Adelaide?
It was hard because we never had experience in running business. We jumped into Gumtree, looked for business for sale. It was hard to get in because the landlord, they wouldn't accept us because we never had a business experience, but we just had to propose them with the right concept.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually they accept us, and
Yeah. And what was your vision for each of the restaurants?
At the end, we want to offer great food and offer Korean culture in Adelaide, because we went to Melbourne, Sydney, other big cities. They all, it was already big, the Korean cuisine. So we want to focus on Korean cuisine, I guess selling Korean culture to Adelaide people. And I think we did that well. Korean culture is all about food and drinks. So, we want to make it a bit more fun, not just offering food and, drinks, but we do some performance, make some soju bombs as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Did you find that sort of wasn't really a thing in Adelaide at the time? Like, did you discover maybe a little gap in the market there?
Yeah, definitely. Because there weren't many Korean restaurants back then when we first opened in 2017. Now we've seen a lot more, which is good. People get to know the Korean cuisine a bit more than before. yeah, no, which is really good to see that how
Yeah.
everyone's loving Korean food. And, I think K-pop and K-drama helped us a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. And obviously, starting a business, there are always going to be highs and lows. What were
Yeah.
some of the challenges that you faced?
COVID was hard for us, to be honest.
Mhm.
But in general, you just gotta really think positive. There's gonna be always problems and issues. We just have to figure out how we get to the next level and solve the problem.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then COVID hit, and it was just really hard
Yeah.
and difficult for us.
Through everything.
Through everything, yeah.
Yeah.
And back then we had 4 restaurants,
Mhm.
and without the support from the government and the landlord as well, then yeah, we wouldn't be here right now.
Mhm. How did you have to adapt during COVID? I imagine there would have been a lot of takeaways online, that kind of thing.
Yeah, so we had to, because we weren't really driven by takeaway, rely on takeaway customers. It was more the dining experience rather than takeaway. So we had to, have a weekly meetings and come up with the different concept and think about different strategy. But we got through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And would you say now in 2023 business is back as usual?
I think so. I think especially in Adelaide, we are back in the track. But just with the inflation and all that, it's, from COVID, I think we moved on. But there's obviously different challenges that we have to face.
Yeah,
but,
there'll always be things that come up, I guess. Yeah. What are your top tips to starting a business?
Starting business, I think you got to have the clear concept, what you want to do. You have to do a lot of research, market research, and just willing to work hard. Have plan B, plan C, and plan D maybe. But yeah, you just got to know your concept and have confidence, believe in your concept. And
Yeah. And what would you say would be some of the key learnings that you've learnt along the way?
Nothing goes by plan. That's like the key things that we've learned.
Yeah.
And, you got to always face the problems and issues. And it's just a matter of having the right mentality and go, okay, we can get through this.
Yeah. And
stay positive, adapting,
Mm-hmm.
and just getting it through. And yeah.
If you could start over, would there be anything that you would do differently now, looking back?
Looking back, yes and no. If I knew everything from the scratch, then, I wouldn't develop myself either, because we had to go through some tough times. And, I don't regret what decisions we made in the past. But looking back, I mean, I probably could have done a bit better. But yeah, there's no regret. Or anything. We all learn from the mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's next for Stephen Lee and Plus 82? Where do you sort of see the business in, 5-10 years from now?
We want to focus on franchising industry, and, that's always been our goal. We started chicken and burger shop, 2 years ago now? So we got 4 stores in Adelaide, and we are actually, we're talking to our accountant and our partners that we're going to start launching franchise opportunities from next year. So
fantastic.
Yeah, no, that's where we want to be. We want to build a national brand and hopefully global brand as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where we want to head and
dream big, I guess.
Dream big, yeah.
Amazing. What would be your best advice for whether it's a Le Cordon Bleu student currently studying, maybe the hotel or restaurant management degree, maybe it's someone who's just graduated? What would your best advice be for someone who's in the industry looking to start their own business?
Stay positive, work hard. I mean, working hard is no exceptional. Like, everyone's working hard, so you have to stand out. If you think that you're working hard doing 50, 60 hours per week, then do 80 hours, 90 hours a week, because that's how you're going to develop yourself and stand out in the industry. But yeah, stay positive and just, keep going.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. Is there anything that you learnt at Le Cordon Bleu during your time that you might still refer to back to this day, or you might remember something that a lecturer told you that's really stuck in your mind?
I think it all comes to practical side of it. When I did food and beverage service course, that really helped us, going to the placement as well, learning how to carry through plates and I guess the relationship between the lecturers and students that
Mm-hmm.
help
Mm-hmm.
to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you, where did you do your placement?
First placement was at Holiday Inn Flinders
Mm-hmm.
in Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
And second placement, I was with Intercontinental, the Rialto in Melbourne. So I stayed within IHG Group.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really important too.
Yeah.
I always been with IHG Group. You know, I did part-time job in Holiday in Adelaide, Crown Plaza here. And then my previous job, last job before doing the business, I was at Intercontinental Adelaide. So I guess it's really important to build that relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. And get a really a good grasp on the industry as a whole, because there are so many different facets to hospitality. There's the hotel, there's the restaurant, there's you know, so many different avenues that I guess you could go down in a hotel management degree, but you've obviously decided to step out of that hotel side of things and go into business in the food industry. So fantastic. Thank you so much, Stephen, for coming and sharing your story with us today and really inspiring the next generation of hospitality leaders coming out of Le Cordon Bleu. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Mastery in the Making. If you found this discussion interesting and inspiring, don't forget to share, subscribe, or tell a friend. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.